Hello and welcome to 1944, where a group of about 150 German lads have had their holiday to the French coast rudely interrupted by the world's largest amphibious invasion. I'm going to have to start out with a quick apology to everyone. I have not done a video for the first 5 minutes of the match because, frankly, there was not an enormous amount of point. Basically, nothing happened except occasional spotting of infantry. This video starts in the 5th and goes on to the 6th minute. So for this, we've got occasional little spot you can see from the weak contacts of like a single infantryman who has been promptly disappeared. We've seen them moving out from essentially this back section of the map, so that's zone. Without further ado, I will get the turn rolling. Well, as you can see, we have made first contact. So let's go look at that last 20 seconds from a slightly more visible perspective, and where it was quite far away. And up close for good luck. Look back at our machine gun and bunkers from here. See, this whole line is nested with German troops. And we've got some occasional bit of mines. Bunkers have a good view, but there's nobody occupying them except for a company headquarters in the main middle one. Just out for a casual stroll in the woods. And we lose them behind the hedge. That's unsurprising. They are 300 or 400 meters away at this point, I think. Right, let's have a look at what we actually saw during the turn. Most of the spots happened in the later half of the minute. We've got over here some riflemen, more riflemen. Third's got a rifleman, and I've previously seen one coming across here, so that's at least 4 squads of riflemen. My best guess is 3 platoons, 1, 2, and third one coming around here, so that looks like a whole company out, and we do spot, as the turn continues, a heavy machine gun and HQ unit over here. There we go, let's have a look at them. Got an ammo bearer and a machine gun. We don't see the actual machine gunner, but because because of the magic of combat mission, we can tell that he has a friend who has a machine gun. They kind of spring into existence as they leave the field. Other than that, not a lot. My best guess is we have a platoon coming here, a platoon coming up the middle, at least one coming around the outside here, another one here, and it could be a third one. So if this was a third one, that would be most of a company. It wouldn't shock me if there was a allied company planning to advance over the open ground and rely on their superior mortars and presumably armor support to force the issue. Actually, a bit of artillery. And maybe a second push through here. We could send some scouts forward to find out. That's, of course, up to you guys. I'll take a quick look here. The best view of anything is, perhaps unsurprisingly, from the strong point. And we have part of 3rd Platoon 6th Company. They've been split up into these two bunkers. I've split up first squad, so send them in, have them man the machine gun. They'd likely be able to do something about those guys pretty well. We look here and see the fact that there are American infantry over there and those guys there. So, unsurprisingly, the strong point is pretty good for spotting these guys. There's a 8th Company headquarters in here, but I don't think you can see much, although he might eventually. Vision slots are a bit restrictive here. Further back we have the Harders just filling out. Yeah, don't worry, it looks like they're a bit exposed, but they're well and truly on the reverse slope, so they're not in any danger. They can barely see the strong point, let alone anything behind it. Left flank, not a lot to report. I'll do a video where I click through everyone's units so you all know what's going on, what's where. Another interesting thing was these guys. If you're unfamiliar with combat mission, when you click on a unit, it shows you only what that unit can see. So this AT gun has done a fair bit of spotting, considering that purple line is 800 meters, so those guys are well over a kilometer. They've done a pretty good job of seeing. This one here, the one tucked into the corner, has not seen anything for the whole time. I'll skip through the turn. So I hope that's not like some weird thing with combat mission and its sightlines freaking out on us, because they should be able to see those guys and those guys, but you know, they're over a kilometer away, men are small at that distance, yada yada. So I'm just praying that some weirdness hasn't messed it up. Oh, and for extra fun, see this here, this ammo bearing team? Someone's got an MG34. I've never seen that before, but you know, hey, we've got an impromptu machine gun team here to support the AT guns, so that's good. I've obviously switched these guys off shooting by the means of putting target arcs in, because I don't want them shooting and then giving away the AT gun positions, which hopefully the Americans haven't spotted. I've got foxholes, as you can see, so be able to shelter some fire. Well, for this lot, this heavy machine gun, which is part of 6th Company, I've had to squeeze these guys along because of the lie of the land here. Kind of reverse slope heading down here, as you can see. So they've had to be pushed forward, but otherwise they wouldn't be able to shoot at anyone coming along the open. A heavy machine gun here. It's nicely set up and deployed in his foxholes. Panzerschrecks, who are refusing to get in the foxholes, and now I do. They've decided that the hedge, where it's at, great, wonderful. And forward we have little 2-man scout teams. Oh, the wire. I've done the wire basically like this. Spitzer, I expect them to come into range, start engaging them. I've essentially wired off the forests And this one I stuck some mines in front of it, so if they try and drive through with tanks along that road, we'll get some pretty explosion. Yeah, wire in there, wire across here. This one is especially dickish because it prevents them using this section of hedge. Wire across there, there's like a little, see it, there's a line of trees they would presumably try and use for cover. I'll fence it off, and these guys over here can see them as soon as they step off that hedge. So, yeah, there was a fire over just at the point where everyone starts engaging. I kind of ran out here, as you can see, just to make them go around into the open with their advance a bit. Lovely stuff. I wish we had a bit more. We could really do some trickery, but unfortunately, the roads and sort of key points where I thought they would try and avoid nasty terrain with the tanks have been mined. I'm not confident it would do much, but you know, never know. You can all sort of quietly hope. With that, I will switch this one off now and be back to you with the unit click through.